Hey dolls and friends, welcome back and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Amber Michon and this is, what's your name? What's your name? Isaiah. And on this channel, I create farmhouse inspired decor using majority of Dollar Tree or other affordable items. But if you're not new, hey doll, hey. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some more Christmas DIYs for you. Love how these all turned out, and I really love the red and white or the red and green color scheme that I'm going for. This is actually a first of me doing just purely red and green for Christmas. You're welcome. So I really hope you guys do enjoy this video, and if you do, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. If you're new, love what you see, but love all things. Huh? Thank you. If you're new, but love what you see and love all things home decor, DIYing on a budget, I would also appreciate if you would consider subscribing and hitting the bell right next to it so you're notified every time that I upload. And you too can be part of my Crafty Doll family with Isaiah. Again, as I stated, I hope you guys do enjoy this video, so let's go ahead and get into the DIYs. For the video, I'm going to actually start off doing a wreath. And so I took this wicker wreath that I've had for years. As you can see, it looks kind of flimsy, but anyways, I'm going to take some of this white yarn that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I've actually had this for a couple years as well. It's called chunky yarn, and I just grabbed like a good bit of it like in a row, just cut it off, just kind of eyeballed how much I needed, and then I'm just gonna hot glue down the ends to make sure that those are secure, and then I'm just gonna keep wrapping it around until I have a full looking wreath. I only did one layer of the yarn, but you can choose to do two if you want. And really, you only need to use hot glue for the beginning and the end of this wreath. And once you're done, you're going to have it look kind of like this, kind of squishing it together to get more of a circular shape because it's just a little bit out of shape. Next, I have these frosted florals from Hobby Lobby I got last year, and all I'm going to do is just cut down the stem so I can just stick them inside of the wreath form. You can glue them down if you want, but if you've been around here for a while, you know I really like just kind of sticking my florals into my wreaths, so that way you don't get the damage of hot glue on your wreath forms, and you can reuse them for multiple seasons or whatever. If you're going to sell any of your wreaths that you do make, then I would recommend hot gluing them down for a long-term hold or, you know, heavier duty glue. Anyways, I just put everything in there, hot glued down some pieces that I needed to, especially in the middle. Then I took some of this vase filler that I already had on hand with some sparkly pine cones and just hot glued that down, as well as some berries. And then I took a piece of burlap fabric or like ribbon and just wrapped it at the top, hot glued it together, and have my little hanger. It needed a little bit more for me, so I actually have this Noel. It came in a pack from Walmart, some ornaments, and so I just hot glued that on top of the burlap ribbon, and that's it for this wreath. I think it turned out really, really gorgeous. It had super easy, minimal steps, and you need next to no skill level on here. I think it's gorgeous.
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep.
I'm going to take a quick time out and tell you about the collaboration that I am in today. It is a Christmas collab with a few of my friends here on YouTube. I collaborate with them every month, and we're kicking off our Christmas collaboration season. So make sure you head down to the playlist so you can meet some of my old friends and some new friends that are guests this month. The link to the playlist will be in the description box as well as pinned to the comments. I know you'll love all the creations that these ladies have come up with, and make sure you tell them I said hi. All right, dolls, let's get back to the DIY. Next up, I'm taking a couple of these spring signs. I really like the long signs at Dollar Tree, but I also love the thin ones. So they're long, but not like thick, like wide, I guess I'm trying to say. And so basically I'm taking 3 of them. I'm only showing you 2 here though, because it was just too much on my workstation. And then I have some square dowel rods that I picked up from Amazon, or I purchased from Amazon, and I'm just kind of framing out my signs. And I'm just marking down where I need to cut those to size, and then I'm marking them down, like copying them on the other dowel rods. And then I just use my biter, saw, and box to cut those to size. So then I clean up my workspace and turn my signs to the back, and you already know if you've been here, I have to cover them with brown craft paper to give me a completed finished look because I just do not like the exposed signs on the back. It's just me. Personal preference. You do you, boo. And then I just paint both of my signs with one coat of my Crimson Chalk Paint by Waverly. And then my dowel rods, which is going to be my frame, are going to be white. So I'm using Waverly Chalk Paint in white. And so now that everything is painted and dried, it's time for me to start to assemble them. So I place down my dowel rods where they need to be. Now you can see on the sides of my my dowel rods, they're not even. So like one long piece didn't fit all the way down, so I just cut half of one down to size, or I cut one down to size and just kind of alternated where the shorter framed out dowel rod would be. I hope that really makes sense, but I just wanted to get that different decorative effect and look to it, and then just hot glued everything down where they needed to be. And then I cut out the phrases mistletoe kisses, Christmas wishes, and snowflake kisses on my Cricut Joy using green removable vinyl. And I just place those on the side going horizontally up on the sign. So this is what they look like when they're done. And then my snowflake kisses, I actually wanted to try this out before I did it to all the signs. So I'm using this black and white gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I've actually had this since last year. And I just cut it down to size the length of the sign, as well as a small piece of the width of the sign to make it almost look like it was a present sign, right? I thought that it gave it a really nice decorative finish touch to it, because although I love the red, I felt it needed something to break it up just a bit because it's super bright red, and I thought the black and white just went really, really well with it. And I'm really glad that I put that on there, and I just used a little bead of hot glue to place down the ribbon where they need it to be. And that is it for this one. You can embellish it with some greenery, some snowflakes, whatever you want. I just love how these look. I think they have a really nice, crisp, polished, high-end look to them, and I couldn't be happier with the way they turned out.
Been longing to hold you close, forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Now for the easiest DIY in this video, you're going to take a planter from the Dollar Tree. I happen to have this floral planter that I got from during spring, and I'm just going to take this red and black buffalo check ribbon that I got from Walmart last year. Just going to cover up the wording on this planter, cut my ribbon down to size, and hot glue it down into place. And you just have to make sure you pull it a little bit because it kind of goes wider at the top. And that's pretty much it. And then you fill it with whatever florals you want. I have these really pretty pine, like needle floral picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. They have also some pine cones in there. I put a plastic bag in the bottom just to give my greenery some height, and my florals will just stand up a little bit better. And that's pretty much it. I put some red berries in here just to match with my whole color scheme, but that's it. Super easy, and I think it's cute.
Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree.
Next up, we're just going to take some items you probably already have on hand, and I have 8 painter sticks that I'm using. These are the 5-gallon size, so I'm going to use a 7 for my actual DIY that I'm actually going to cut, and 1 is going to be off to the side as a stand. So what I did is just take my ruler. This ruler is from Dollar Tree, the L-shaped ruler, and I'm just randomly marking down with a pencil where I want to cut it, and I do it on the ruler side of the stir sticks, so that way I can just cut it better, and then I just paint the other side. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. I just cut them using my miter saw and box, and this is what I am left with. You can do it in any kind of like order you want, I guess. Like as far as the height goes, it really does not matter. It's just your personal preference. So basically I just lined it up to make sure I liked how it looked. And then I'm using all acrylic paint for these pieces. I'm using white from Folk Art. Actually, it's called Wicker White, and forest green from Apple Barrel. and real red from Apple Barrel as well. And so I just alternate my planks, so red, green, red, green, red, green, but you can do whatever colors that you choose. And then for my stand, for that lonely paint stir stick that's on the on the right, I just cut off the handle and I painted that using my white acrylic paint, the wicker white. Once everything was painted and dried, then it's time for me to start assembling it. I cut out the word believe. I'll have the fonts to all of my projects in my description box, but I cut out the word believe and just transferred over each letter to each little plank on these, and I think it's so cute. I really like it. It's giving me like really nice like Ray Dunn vibes. Then I just line them up onto my stand to make sure that it's even and I have enough space on the edges, and I'm using some super glue gel to adhere them down. You can use hot glue if you want, but I don't like the space that hot glue leaves when you put it down, like it's a gap. So I really like super glue gel. You just let it set there for a few minutes and it dries, and then I just put a little piece of wood in the back to hold it in place. Then I took a couple of these mini trees from the Dollar Tree. These are from last year as well. I just hot glued down 2 on the beginning of the word and 1 on the back of the word. And that's it for this one. Super adorable. You definitely see this kind of Christmas decor piece around the holiday season, but to actually make it yourself, I mean, come on, you can't beat that.
And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you, baby. This year it's just gonna be you and me, hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be, making our Christmas memories? Oh.
Alright dolls, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Be blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye!
Here I am.
In today's video, press the red button back here. Good job.